Hi everybody, I'm Ethan Hansen, the president of Orchard Club here at Cape Cod Community College. Our club is dedicated to preserving life and flourishing life, and today we are so excited to welcome you all to Earth Week, a celebration of life, love, and of course, Mother Earth. Now, before we get started with our tie-dye video, there's a couple things to go over. First of all, we'd like to give a special thanks to the Veteran Club. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be making this video today. They have been a dear friend of the Orchard Club since the very beginning, so Josh, thanks for your help, buddy. Moving right along, another important announcement is on May 3rd, we are planting an orchard at 4Cs. That's right, we are planting an orchard at 10:30 a.m. on Monday, May 3rd. We are super excited about this. The students have been working really hard to make this happen, and we're making it a reality. And finally, just a reminder that starting tomorrow on Tuesday, April 20th, we are starting the Clean Up Mother Earth Challenge. What we're asking is people to go out into their communities, whether it be at the beach or in the woods, and fill up a trash bag filled with trash. The more the better, and of course, whoever fills up the most trash, we are going to be giving an original made tie-dye courtesy of the Orchard Club. We're asking students to post photos of their trash collected on the 4Cs app. If you do not have access to the 4Cs app, then we would just ask for you to email myself or any of my other Orchard Club officers directly, and we will be providing our information at the end of this video. All right. Now that the formalities are out of the way, let's get to tie-dyeing. There's all sorts of different dyes that you can use, a whole bunch of different places you can get it, anywhere from, actual chemicals to some natural dyes. Doesn't really matter, it's your preference and it depends on the colors you want. Right here, this is very important. The Laundry Booster Super Washing Soda from Arm & Hammer. Before you actually dye the shirts, you want to get your shirts in water with some of that for about 36 hours prior to dyeing. You literally want to leave them in there right before you put the shirts on the table. Here we're just doing a little spiral. Very simple. All you need is a fork and a flat surface. You lay the shirt down wherever you want the swirl to be. You stick fork in there and just start twisting so you get that nice round shape. Throw a couple rubber bands on there and boom, you're ready to dye. I'm just using random colors here, no real rhyme or reason, just kind of getting the day started. Don't be shy with those colors. I see a lot of people, being too scared that they're gonna over soak or something. Make sure you get all those nicks and crannies to get full subjective expression on your shirt. And what we did here is the flip once we finish one side. And at this point too, you are free to stop if you want. And a lot of times it looks cool to leave the other side undyed because then the white sort of blends through. Another thing I like to do too is you can use black dye and do a whole side of that. However you want to do it, and what it's going to do is basically bleed through and amplify, the other colors. It's going to sort of complement them. But here I just chose to dye both sides and just get the most color possible. Now, once you're done dyeing, you're gonna wanna have some trash bags. Here I'm using some recyclable trash bags, environmentally friendly. Wrap up each shirt individually and have somewhere to put them for the next at least 12 hours. 12 hours, you want them to be sitting, let the dye have time to really soak in there. Boom, there's our first shirt. Now we're moving on to the DNA pattern. There you have an example of one of them. So the first thing you do is you really want to flatten that shirt out. And you're going to see I'm going to spend a lot of time here making sure I can get as much of the air bubbles or the little folds or pockets or anything just sort of as flat as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the flatter the better. And so what I'm doing here is I'm taking my index fingers and my thumbs and I'm folding the shirt up. I'm grabbing it from the bottom and rotating forward, kind of like a piece of paper. Pretend you were trying to fold a piece of paper from one side to the other, just about, an inch at a time. And just so you want to create sort of this zigzag pattern going up the shirt. See there, I'm taking a lot of time focusing on the lines, making sure they're all lined up, all the same size. To do one of these shirts, it does require some patience. You can see there, I messed up a little bit and I had to go back to make sure I got that fold. I'm gonna hit the sleeves and just kind of add a little extra shirt to get onto. Keep that rhythm going. Boom, there we go. Now we're on the sleeves. So what we're using now are zip ties. Now you can use anything else. You can use rubber bands or some type of twisty something, but for this video, we're using zip ties. Start in the middle, find your starting point, and then as we go out, about 1 inch to 2 inches, depending on how big you want your pattern to be and how many colors you want to use. But this is important that we stay consistent and that we mark them in this fashion, because what this is going to do is kind of give us the template to add our dyes. And this is going to be important once we dye one side and then flip the other to keep our pattern consistent. So we're putting all the zip ties on there, again, about 1 inch to 2 inches apart. I have all my colors already picked out. Doesn't matter what colors you use. Let's say even though I'm using something else, let's use, for example, red, yellow, blue. So let's say those are the colors I picked out for my DNA pattern. I want to do them in that order. So I want to start with red, then go to yellow, then go to blue. This is important. I pick my starting point. You can see there, I cut one of the things. I cut one of the things just to mark my starting point, and that's where I started with red. Then if I was to go on to yellow and blue, I want to keep that consistent pattern all the way across the board. The reason this is so important is that when we flip the shirts, what we're going to do is we're going to skip to the next color as the starting color. So let's say on one side I started with red. On the other side, I'm going to start with yellow, and then the pattern is going to become yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red. And what this is going to do is kind of complement the colors and allow them to bleed through. So keeping the same pattern, but it's going to sort of be off. So we're really going to get that color combination. Zip ties, that's what they're called. So when you're doing the DNA, you want to use the zip ties, space out your colors, and then pick a starting point. And on both sides of the shirt, start at that starting point and go across, and then flip it and then start from the next color over. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to do like a little mini spiral on the sleeves of the shirts. So I'm just kind of twisting them up with my hands and throwing a rubber band on there. And that's the thing with tie-dye too. It's fun to be experimental. No matter what you do, it's going to look cool. So just try out different techniques, different styles, different color combinations. And regardless of what you do, it's going to be groovy at the end of the day. I'm going to do this on both sides and then just throw some dye on there. I just picked random colors just to see how it would come out. And we'll show you the picture at the end of the video. Make sure you have your trash bags ready, preferably the recyclable ones. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed our video. We really appreciate your support. And remember, tomorrow get out there with those trash bags for the Clean Up Mother Earth Day challenge. And we'll see you guys at the next event. Happy Earth Week. Peace and love.